On my YouTube channel, of course, it deals with mostly motorcycles, but we review products from time to time. In the past, we've reviewed various polishes and waxes, and today we actually used what I think is the best one I've ever used. I got it from Joe Padula, and we used it on several of the bikes. What I did is what I thought was a comprehensive test on different ages and types of paint. It's all on this video. And because my extensive experience polishing things and cleaning things and trying to make dull things shiny, even carbon fiber parts, I think this product is exceptional. I did most of this test in a couple of hours. I hope you enjoy it. So before I made this video, I spoke to Joe at length. Joe, because he owned a detailing shop and he's very knowledgeable about his motorcycles, show how clean it is. His bikes are a lot cleaner than mine, in fact. He recommended this product. He gave me a free sample just for truth in advertising, and I'm going to try this today on a variety of surfaces. Now, I went by the directions, and I also went by his recommendation of got to shake the jar endlessly. It's shake, 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 Sonora. You've got to get it homogenized. And so that was step one. I figured I'd come out to the garage, and I'd start with, well, basically the oldest motorcycle, the oldest surface first, and work my way up into the new ones, and then compare them. And if I have a little time left over, I don't know how long this day is going to go on, I'm going to try it some on the hood of the car. Now it says to have this on a medium temperature. Medium temperature in body shop language means about 70 degrees. Truth in advertising, it's over 80. So maybe we're distorting this test a little bit, but I don't have air conditioning in the garage, so I've got to go to war with the army I have. So this is the product, and we're going to try to do exactly what they say to do. I've got brand new microfibers, and Joe said the trick is put it on sparingly. And just before it dries to a haze, it doesn't really dry to a powder, buff it off with a brand new clean microfiber. Now that's what car detailers usually do. And just for reference, and something I've learned a lot from is the channel Ammo NYC about detailing cars. Well, detailing a motorcycle is a little bit different. There's usually a lot more road grime and bugs and different things on them. But it's basically, we're doing the same thing. We're cleaning paint. So you always want to start with a shiny surface. Step one is always, if it's a car, wash it. If it's a bike, wipe it down with a damp cloth. Get off all the bugs, grit, grime, grease, chain lube, whatever you can. And then we're going to do that first and then try this product exactly how it says to do it on the bottle. So this is 1982 paint, means it probably was painted in 81. That's the first part of this. I'm going to do exactly what Joe said, and let me just put this away. I want to have this in real time if possible. I want to take a spot. It's been pre-cleaned. I'm going to do the whole top of the tank and just see. Now this is, I want to just send out some information because I did the Flitz test. I did several other tests. You've got to define what it is that you're doing. If you're using a product that has, like Flitz, that has 6,000 grit or even finer grit, you're polishing the paint. This is not a polish, it's a sealer. It's going to seal it, it's going to, or some of the ceramic coatings that you can put on. Now, I'm putting this on just as if I would do any other thing here. Just the top of the tank so I can look at the difference. This is really old factory paint, never been painted. It's been buffed out several times, in fact, over the years, but it's still 1982 paint. Brand new microfiber. So I want to really go at this with a nice clean microfiber, and I want to see how this actually is going to look. Flip the microfiber over. And my gut impression, this is the first time I've ever used this product, that's absolutely unbelievably awesome. So that really added some shine to it. Now, it's not going to add shine. If I wax the seat is still going to be flat black. I don't know, but I know I can tell by the gas cap I've added a level of shine to it. So what it means is if you have a shiny surface, it's going to protect it, like the ceramic waxes do. This looks even better than the ceramic wax. This really looks good, in fact. Joe, I'm really impressed. But then here's the technology I've used my whole life, is find people smarter than me that know more, or professionals, and learn from them. And then in my case, I like to pass the information on, giving them the full credit. Joe, I got to give you the full credit for this. That's unbelievable. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do this side of the tank, and then I can kind of, with my bare hands, and I do this because I'm always wet sanding, I can actually feel how that's smoother. Now I'll know, let me do another test here. Smart guy that I am. Oh, we're riding in the rain. Look at that bead up, wow. Now when I did the Flitz test, look at that, that's amazing. I did the Flitz test. Flitz has grit in it. It has 6,000 grit. So it polishes paint and what happens is you're actually removing paint at some point in time. You can remove all the paint. The idea of this is to add the shine without taking off the paint. So I would just, my gut feeling, and you could see this in real time, in real life, but that's a product I'm going to certainly be using in the future. So now I'm doing exactly what Joe had recommended. Minimum, don't bury it in it. You put too much on, it doesn't make no improvement at all. So we got this on. I'm going to do the same thing. We'll let this kind of dry to a haze. Problem is, what's going to happen, I'm going to wind up spending a whole day waxing motorcycles today. But sometime when you learn something, it's really worth it. This looks like one of the things, and I always think you try 10 products that are, yeah, they're okay. Most stuff they sell commercially is okay, especially the waxes and polishes. But then there's one that's just a little bit better. This looks like one of the ones that's just a little bit better. So once it's dry to a haze, and now I'm sure there's a lot of other uses for this product. I just haven't thought of them yet, but I'm going to try using some of this while it's fresh in my mind on some polished aluminum. Now it's a protectant. It's not going to shine the aluminum anymore. It's probably, more than likely, going to lock in the shine that I already have on the aluminum. But the only way I'm going to notice, and the only way I ever can pass on any information, is if I learn something, and I learn something worth passing on, I'll certainly do it. That's the whole objective of this channel, to pass on good quality information, and stuff that's not so good, mediocre, at least let people know, we haven't had such good luck with those things. This is one, Joe, got to tell you, I'm impressed. Now, this is at best just a crude test, just to see. I've got one that I haven't touched yet, and one they're both polished, of course, but I want to see if this is going to give me I know it's going to be a protectant. Now, there's no doubt about that. I could see the way that water was beading off, but I've spent a lot of time and a lot of hours, and it's on my channel. If you look up my name in quotation marks and an engine polishing, you'll see a ton of videos come up. One of them's got over 1 million hits already, so I like that. Now, I'm going to let that dry for a second. Go get the clean microfiber and wipe it off. Now, and they're both shiny, but I don't know if I really can't say that it didn't add any shine, but I know it added some protectant. And I hope that the engine heat didn't make this, that it's not going to bead water or whatever. But the only way I'll know is to take a ride. Now, I know for this is my own test for any kind of finishing product. I can rub my hand over that, this feels, to me, this is smoother, a little bit rougher. But boy, does that add a shine to paint. Now you're looking at the reflection, and I got a fan going on here, so I know you can see the fan in the background, but even over these what are basically 40-year-old decals here, that's 40-year-old paint. So I think, in my first little initial test, Joe, this stuff is good quality stuff. So to test here, this is basically 7-year-old paint. And I'll do the whole top of the tank. This, by the way, one of the things that, as I'm using this product, this really goes on and off real easy. Now, I know some of the carnauba, it's got carnauba wax in it, it says anyway. Anything with carnauba wax in it, sometimes I'm from the old days of, if you waxed your car with carnauba wax, you better be a bodybuilder by the end of the day, especially if you didn't have any kind of mechanical tool to help you. This, I don't know if I'm getting this point across. The material goes on beautifully, and we're just going to leave that on, and I'm going to let it sit for 30 seconds, and then we'll come back and buff it off. So the first part of the test with the oldest paint that I have is paint. That paint is from '82. It's the original paint. This is custom paint that's probably 6 or 7 years old. I'm not sure exactly, because many parts of the bike I painted a second time, and so it's really not an issue, because this is just modern paint that you would buy in a body shop that you custom paint motorcycles with, and it looks exceptional. All I can say is it has an exceptional, even a nice feel to it. Absolutely beautiful. And it has that nice feel, that absolutely beautiful feel. It's just hard to explain. That is really. Now I imagine, I'm just trying to think, if I were a guy that owned a high-end car and I paid somebody to detail out the car, hundreds of dollars, and I came back and I ran my hand over the hood, I'd be thinking, boy, this guy really knows what he's doing here. Now the big thing is to remember, this is not taking paint off. Other products that have a grit in them will polish dull paint. The paint has to be shiny, and what this is doing is adding a layer of, I'll call it glass for a lack of a better word, a layer of protection. So if you have that concept in your mind, you need something shiny to begin with, a coat of this. Now I don't know other things that are going to be worth trying. Then the first day I get caught in the rain, what I'm going to do is each time I take a bike out and do a thorough detailing of it, I'll use this product on the whole bike. And then if I get caught in the rain, I'll try to relate to how quick it was to clean it off. But I have a feeling with that little water test we did that this is really going to add a layer of protection. Now this is a really old beat up windshield. This is not a brand new windshield. I did clean as much of the dirt off as I could, but I just want to see, this is only for, I always experiment. I always try stuff. I'm going to put this on, give this about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, but it's hot in here, so this stuff is kicking right off. Okay, so, and again, I'm not flooding it with material and letting it drip and drool down, just a minimum, a quarter size amount on a microfiber. Let that dry and we'll see how that comes. Now, I'm thinking, okay, this is typically what happens this time of year. Bugs get on this, the back of the mirrors, and when you go to wipe them off, there's always that tendency you might scratch the paint. Well, having a layer of protection on, especially if you come back on a rainy day and the car in front of you is blowing stuff up, protection is a wonderful thing when you have your heart and soul invested in a motorcycle or a car. What I like about it so far too is all the parts I've experimented with, the material comes right off. Now if we were doing real, well, I'll call it Simonized, for lack of a better word, I'd be grinding it out. This seems to just powder right off, which is really nice. And especially this would be really good if you had to do like the hood of a Corvette or something, just an example, and where there's a lot of, you could really get this on and get this off with minimum effort. So far, and I keep going on and on about this, so far I'm glad I've added this to my list of products I'll use to keep my bikes clean. Now my last little test is going to be, this is paint that's less than a year old, factory Yamaha paint, and I am very curious to add this to my list of, I'm going to go right over the decal here. I have the decal, came from the factory. I don't want to jury rig this in some way that either makes it better or worse. This is brand new paint. I cleaned it, and the only thing I'm not going to be able to try today is I went out by the car and I have two black automobiles and they're both sitting in the sun and they are so hot I don't think it's fair to even do it today. I'm going to wait for a cloudy day in the 70s to do a test on a car and see, but I don't think it's going to be any different. I think I've proven the point that I wanted to here. Well, Joe's proven the point. And the point is, this is good quality stuff. Now, with that said, I'm going to let that sit. I don't want to rush it. I've been letting it sit 30 seconds to a minute and then buffing it off. So the new paint looks like it responds absolutely beautifully. That's one thing. That's always a test. And to be honest, I've gotten some products, and Glenn brought some products over here one day that I had never heard the name of. They were, I guess, a low volume person. We used them to buff out the paint on one of his race bikes. I think the green one, but I'm not sure. But what happened is I had never heard of that company before, and the products were outstanding. So I'm not sure that some of these products, if you're inclined to try things that are not big name brands, I've never, to be honest, I've never heard of this product. But if somebody did this little demo to me in real life at a car show, I would have bought it right then and there. I'm not sure it comes across on the video, just the feel this imparts into the part. And even as well, this is just a sticker, a factory sticker I've left on. And I don't know if you can see the reflection of this. This is factory paint. I am very, very impressed with this product. So basically, here is the product. Collinite. Insulator. Number 845 wax. Now, Joe was telling me other things when he had the detail shop they used this for. I'm going to have to talk to him at length. And because I really think this is going to be part of my daily routine now for cleaning bikes. And I want to get the address. It's made in Utica, New York, and the phone number 315-732-2282. So I went out by my cars. Both of them are black, by the way. I got a little laser temperature device. It's 134 degrees on a black car on a sunny day that it's 97. So I don't think any of the things that are sitting outside are going to get done today. We're going to do, but I do like to wax enough. Now I do probably once or twice a year I'll wax the car. Usually I try to do it on a cloudy day because they're black cars. And I don't want to distort the test when the paint is over 100 degrees. It's way over 100 in fact. So this would be a great day to mount tires, but not for doing outdoors. And what I found is you put these cars in the shade, there's no real shade here, and they don't get a lot cooler. But anyway, I'm going to let the black bike go for today. We learned enough from this video that when it's time to detail out the next bike, a full detail job, I'm going to try to do the whole thing. The wheels especially. I think having the back wheel done would be great protection. And in this case, there's a lot of things. When I did the restoration on this bike, I really wanted to have the parts I made carbon fiber that are custom parts. I can get those. There's a part up in the nose I made here that's carbon fiber. I can get that on here. It'll just be another good information in the database. So before I end the video, I want to thank Joe again for introducing me to this, and of course for giving me this jar. I don't know at the point I'm making this video. You'd have to contact them to see if they have distributors. You can buy it on eBay or whatever. But I would certainly think anybody that really wants to have a beautiful finish on their vehicle or their motorcycle, or maybe even your boat, I don't know. And it's the thing I learned today in a day of working on bikes and cleaning them. The thing I learned most of all, it goes on easily and it buffs right off. But to jury rig that in your favor, make sure everything's clean, and use brand new or very clean microfibers to wipe it off, and I think you'll be really happy. Anyway, I want to thank Joe, of course, and thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. We have other shop projects. We work on bikes all year long, and when we're not working on them, we ride them. So thank you so much for watching. So as the day ended, I always think to myself, I like to end every day a little bit smarter than the day when it started. I think that today is one of those days that I've learned. And again, thank you, Joe, for sharing this information and product. I will certainly use that in the future. Sorry I couldn't do that car test. Those cars were just so hot. We've been in the high 90s the last 4 or 5 days. It's just been crazy hot. And inside the garage, you don't really see it on a video. It's really hot in there. The fan doesn't do much. It's like holding a hairdryer in front of you. But anyway, just like riding on warm weather. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, we try to pass on good quality information from people that share it with us. I thank all the people on YouTube that share information. We try to share our daily rides that we go on, the projects we work on, the friendships that we have, and they are worldwide, all over the world. And everybody that shares into our channel, and I have to thank everybody. It's been a wonderful experience having this channel, watching it grow. We have over 10,000 subscribers now, and it does my heart good to see how many people enjoy working on motorcycles, enjoy riding them, enjoy owning them, enjoy polishing them, and in this case today, enjoy waxing them. We all seem to share a common passion for what to me has been something I've been involved with since I've been 12 years old. when I had my first two-wheel vehicle that had a lawnmower engine. And from that point on, I don't know where it's led me, but it's been a great journey. It's been a lot of fun. I've made so many interesting friends, so many friends worldwide. I'm thankful to YouTube for allowing me to share it this convenient way. I always say it's old bikes, old men, old bikes, and young hearts. Well, it's more than that. I think we even have some young people tuned into the channel. I hope so, anyway. Even though they may have a different passion than we have. I do enjoy editing the video, and thank you so much for watching. Remember, we post up something every day, so maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Again, thanks for watching.